Okay, somebody's waiting. There might not be anybody here. If there isn't, we'll just leave.
Go ahead.
Okay. We're on?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys. I don't know if anybody's here or is going to come make it today. I don't know. We've been having some problems with the phone. It doesn't... somehow, we're not able to make it to fit into the tripod right. So it's something I guess Javi knows. And she can't be with us today. So Lauren and I thought we'd do it ourselves. So anyway, I was going to show you Maxi Assemblage. I was going to show you how to sign your work and a bunch of other things. And I just hated not to show up at all because it's so late and didn't want to let anybody down. I don't know if anybody's here or not, though. I'm going to go ahead and just show you what I did. I can't do the whole video because Lauren has to hold the phone and it's just, we can't zoom in or anything.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, here's a few. Here's Debbie. Here's Dara. Well, bless your hearts for coming. We appreciate it. Today has not been a good day.
Hi, Dara. Hi, Debbie.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance. I'm very sorry. I'm going to try to keep this as steady as possible. Hopefully it's not too shaky for you guys, but like we said, we had troubles with the tripod and fitting the phone in there. When we did fit it in there, it had to be vertical, and so it made the camera sideways, and we didn't want you having to hurt your necks trying to turn your head.
Well, there's a way to turn that around, but I don't remember what it is, so we just can't.
So I'm the tripod today.
Yeah, she is. So we're gonna do our best and put something up because we said we would, and I'll show you some basics, but I can't do everything I had wanted to do, and I apologize to anybody if you see this later that the quality of this video is not our usual quality. I mean, Lauren's doing her best. I think we've got it lit up pretty good. But,
yeah, I'm going to try to light it up a little bit more.
But, you know, I'm just going to kind of show you a few things I was working on this morning, which is really not, you know, anything real new. We've done it before. And the more I look at this, I'm really liking it. But, I don't know, I think maybe it means it needs to be taken apart too. Maybe it's not my entirely best work either. It's been kind of a hurry rush thing today. But I didn't want to miss you at all because last week we didn't have a video because of circumstances. This week, Javi's sister's getting married. So, she's not with us today or tomorrow or Friday. So, I thought since I had Lauren today, we'd do our best and try and see what we can do. Quit drinking, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm trying, but you know, it's the only way I can get through work. No, I'm kidding. I'm drinking hot chocolate.
You might find it Natalie Eisen just asked if maybe it's under live. It might be. It might be under live. I don't know what to tell you. We're having so much trouble just even making this video, so I guess I'll have to leave you on your own. Natalie, try it under live, and maybe you'll find it that way.
It might come up afterwards, but it should be on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she does, and Lauren has done these, you know, live many times before, but not for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, Chris. Hi, Jan. Or Jane. Jane. Yeah. Hi, Jane.
So I think what we'll do is we'll just give you a taste today, and Javi will be here Tuesday, and we'll go ahead and we'll do what we intended to do then. And then I'm going to have to really run around because I need to get a video made on Thursday, so it'll come on Friday. Because as you know, Build a Line starts next Friday, not this one. January 27th. So if you were thinking about joining us for that and you haven't signed up yet, you can do that at the website.
Hi, Alice.
But anyway, this is what we got for today. I think most of you guys are on. Hey, Peter.
How are you doing? Hi.
I don't feel really bad now because Pete's here. He makes good videos. But this one's, Javi's not here.
Sorry, Peter. I have to be the tripod today.
Yeah, so we're trying. She's pretty steady, though. I think she's pretty steady.
I'm trying.
Yeah. But as I'm looking, you know, you guys know how I always say camera's your best friend when you go to look at something you've made and see if it's good. This is not bad. It's not dry yet either, so I hate
She's
to
been
move
working
around
on this all day.
But that fell off. Okay. But as far as I can tell, there's not a lot of cleanup work, which I'm always pleased at that. And this seems to be centered, and that's another reason why I like to look at the back to see if I got the center, because you can't always tell.
Yeah, not always great at cleanup.
But it is, well, there's not much to do in this.
Yeah, no, I'm not always great with that.
Usually when I do them, I'm pretty good at that, not getting too much. But,
do you have a tip on that?
What?
Like how to try to avoid having much cleanup?
Be careful. Don't squirt glue on your base. Put it on the back of your piece. I would say chip and dip method. I could demonstrate that for you. Hey, at least I could do that. So this is a worthy question, especially if you're new to it. I'm going to take I'm going to take 2 old buttons, and I can show you this way easy. Okay, so let's say this button is the one I'm going to glue to, okay?
Because I don't do it.
And I don't want to do, I don't want to have glue hanging out the back. Although if you do, it's not the end of the world. You can get it off.
Hi, Natalie. I'm glad you can see us now.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so now as you can see, maybe this video won't be not for nothing, like they say. Okay, so I'm going to get some here on this thing. Can you see how much? I don't have tons of glue on it. I don't have the whole thing covered. You don't need that. It's no big deal. So I've got my glue on there. Now I'm going to put it onto this. And so I'm just going to slide it in place.
Oh.
And now there's no let singing out the back, and there's none showing here either.
Well, buttons might be tricky too, because you have to avoid having the glue shoot through the holes of the buttons.
Well, sometimes you'll have that happen, and that's what toothpicks are for. You just slide it off there, and then when it gets to the place where you kind of roll it off, then that's what you do.
Well, that was a very nifty trick.
But anyway, there you go. But yeah, now talking about glue through the holes, there is a little bit. But
no, it didn't look like it was going to be bad. Yeah.
And I could even move it a little bit without having too much. But then, as you can see, as I moved it, maybe you didn't see. Where are my toothpicks? Excuse me, guys. Anyway, Heidi's going to have to give us some good lessons, let me tell you, for when she can't be here. Okay, so there's a little tiny bit along. I don't know if you can see it. So you'll just take a toothpick and just kind of swipe it several times. Good. If you have a wet wipe, and you can get the rest off without moving it, that's good too. Or you can take your finger and go like that too. Then, when it dries, if there's any residue left, then you'll get a Q-tip and you'll put product on like Goo Gone and just kind of roll it over there and it will take it off.
Peter thought that was funny. You had to be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I love assemblage. I just don't do it very often,
well, I find it to be very, very relaxing, and it is particularly enjoyable when things go well. Today, things didn't go terribly, but now that I look at this, as I was making it, I was fairly happy. See, I've got glue on here. You might not see it, though, in this light. I've got glue in here. That might have been where that piece fell off, though. Anyway, so, as I was making it, I liked it. But one thing I tend to do, and I don't know if you've had that problem, is when I'm doing this, I'll tend to get more chotch on one side than the other. And so then it is not quite in balance. A lot of times till you wear it, you put it on, it's not too bad. But see what we've got here. Let me lay it down and I'll show you. We've got a glob of pearls going around. Pearls, you got to watch when you're using little pearls because they'll just look like polka dots all over your stuff. And that's what I think I've got going on here. I would be much better off taking these all out and putting little tiny crystals, which I believe I'll do in a little bit. Once I get over filling that.
Because you have crystals on the other side?
Yeah, that. And also, too, this is too big. This is too globby. This needs to come off. Bye-bye. So I put that. I can still use that because I'll be able to peel that off. And then I should probably in here find some smaller pieces and put. Maybe I can do that real quick. Maybe we'll manage. Maybe Lauren will be amazing at this.
Oh no, guys! My new job position is gonna be the human tripod.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my promotion.
Yeah,
the human tripod.
So anyway, I don't know if you guys got to look at these little sets of jewels and stuff.
Oh my God, these things are gorgeous.
They are so wonderful. We have a good many clear ones yet, and because I bought twice as many clear ones.
Yeah, we have them in both with the silverback and with gold. Yeah. So whichever you prefer.
And I got twice as many because I thought the clear ones would be more important than anything. Because a lot of times you just need a little bling. So you don't need a lot of color, but the colors are so luscious.
Oh, they are so
and this
gorgeous.
stuff, they are so luscious.
We got some new colors in too.
Yeah, we did. We got a bunch, but they're sold down pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
we still have
selling.
some. If you go over there and look for them, you're not going to be entirely disappointed. But
No.
we do not have as much
I
as
still
we
have
did.
to get them. I still haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I know. You ain't getting none either, huh?
Uh-uh.
So here's a smaller one. So I'm thinking, what if I put that in there? Now let's look at it. It's a little bit better, I think. Just a little, marginally.
Mm-hmm.
Marginally. Let me see what else I got in here. This one's even smaller. There's a bunch of pear shapes. See, look, there's even, oh. No, that's, I thought, yes, it's a little heart. There's a little heart there.
What
And all
about
that
that
kind of
little
stuff.
teardrop one?
Yeah, I got a little mini one. So I'm going to put it in there and see if that just kind of solves the issue.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's better. That's
Yeah, I
way
like that.
better. That's way better. So let's put that in. Okay, now I'll show you how you glue it in without making a mess.
Okay.
All right.
Peter loves the bling.
Yes, he does. He bought so much
I
of
do
that busted
too.
jewelry back a few years ago. Oh my goodness, he probably, well, as much mosaic and stuff he does and as crafty as he is, it probably is gone. He's probably used it all. But he did buy an awful lot. Even though the shipping to Australia was kind of nasty. He got them. Okay, so now in here, now what I don't like is I got a little hole. But maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. We'll see. I'll decide that later. Another thing I'm going to do when I'm here, because I just really don't like it, is these pearls. I'm getting them off of here.
What about one of these ones? Would that fit in that hole?
Here?
One of those like sliver looking ones?
And like layer it, maybe?
Or is that too little? Oh, that's where the hole is. Okay,
Yeah,
I was looking at a different spot.
It's right here. Yeah, there's one back over here. But, you know, that's the thing. When you go and you start filling stuff in too much, that's when it's better if you just walk away from it for a while. Because what you'll have is a paperweight, not a pretty necklace. You'll have a paperweight. You won't like it. It won't look good. Believe me. And see, I don't like that either.
No, I thought there was a space between that little bling piece and the mine's right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Use your camera. Even do a video of it. Go from
like on
side
your phone
to
and
side
then
on
you'll
your
see.
phone. Yeah, even a video on it. Just go from side to side, and you'll see. Oh man, look at that! I do not like that. Like these here, these big things here.
Mm-hmm.
These were some parts Mr. Bernie bought long time ago, and he did make some earrings out of them, but he had a lot too that he didn't, and he sold them to me for not very much. And so I was able to give a lot of them away. So I had some, and I thought, well, maybe I'll put them here. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I have some of those too.
Yeah, and I still have more, you guys. So if you make an order, you know, here this week or tonight or tomorrow, whatever, ask me, I'll give you some. Because I have a lot. He sent me a huge box. I'll have a hard time using them all. And, you know, I know I was just saying on the group, oh, I don't want to see a lot of repurpose, blah, blah, blah. But these really are components. They're button tops. So that's just, you know, sometimes we can't get too fussy, you know. I've been very, very fussy about what goes on in the group, and I don't want to discourage anyone. We have to keep on topic. It's the way it's always been for over 10 years, as long as that group's been on there. But I know we have new ones, and I don't want people to be discouraged. And I said, man, maybe, Brenda, you have to lighten up a little bit. I really want to see what you make with my stuff so I can promote you and the product. And I can't do that if you're not using my stuff. And that's the thing. And then sometimes people come over and they'll say, hey, where do I get that? And if I don't carry it, you know, I can't help them, and that's not good either. So, I mean, I don't know what the solution is. Maybe I just got to let go and let it happen. Whatever. When we start doing the tattered assemblage, which I'm not going to tell you too much about it yet because there's a lot I have to get together about it. When we start doing that, we have the workshop in May, and then after that we're going to branch out into doing all kinds of mixed media stuff, and it's not going to be just jewelry anymore. So we're going to broaden out. But for now, I have to get this build-a-line thing over with because it's a long class and it's all lecture. You know, there's a few projects, but I'm not teaching you how to make anything. I'm teaching you how to think different, you know. Honestly, I need the review too. I get as balled up as anybody. But I have it all down in writing from the previous years, and I'm rewriting it. And guess what? We are going to have an electronic book, an EPUB, that if students want to contribute a little bit for the effort of it, because I didn't build it into the price of the class, but it will not be a lot. And then we can send it to you, you know. Bobby's going to do it. So it'll be a little bit of work, but we're going to get that together, and it's not going to cost more than $10 max. But when I pulled all this stuff out to do the class, I discovered I had enough for a book. I mean, easy. And I'm like, oh, geez, I don't want to write another book. I don't want to do it. Plus, I don't have the money to have it published properly now. So she got on the internet, and she found out how we could do EPUBs ourselves and for very little money. So that's what we're going to do.
Cool.
So anyways, now you can see I'm tearing all these pearlies off. Now, it needs to be something here. I'm not quite sure yet what, but I just didn't like that polka dot thing going on. So I think just some little tiny chatons, you know, flat bags. We do have them. And just let it go at that. And then I don't want to pile any more stuff on here. So, you know, a lot of times I do pearls for fill and stuff. Well, if I do that, I'm going to have the same problem.
Or we have Monty's, like...
We got the little
flat backs,
you know,
crystal.
I forgot. I brought them out here. Here they are.
We have larger ones too.
We're the Monty people these days. We got all kinds of them.
They're awesome.
So yeah, I don't have any glue on these, but maybe I could just place it.
I got some of the crystal ones, the bigger ones.
See, this is gonna look a lot better.
Let me see if I can.
Oh, I forgot this. We have goobers of Monty's, and then we have the Schrag rondelles too, which are very, very cool. We have a lot of rhinestone findings these days. We really do.
Trying to zoom in on that.
Yeah, I think this is gonna look not too bad when I get it all in there. What do you think? We don't have polka dots going on anymore.
No, that's cute.
You know, but I'm still not happy entirely with all the placement. So I may do a little bit more adjusting yet. And then at some point when you're doing this stuff, you just have to say, I'm done till I get this beaded up the back and I put it on to where it's going to look great. It may not be my best work of all. I could have maybe done better, but you know what? 95% of the people who look at it are not going to know that. They're not going to see what you see. They just want something that's made well that they can enjoy wearing, which you're going to have. This one, too, I did the mount upside down as I do many times. So I'm going to have to find a little bit of something to put in there. I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do. I thought at first, well, maybe I should put another one of these deals here and balance it. But then when I did, I just did not like how it looked. It's just too much.
What about like one of the teardrop?
See, here's one. If I put that, it doesn't not go, but it's just not.
It looks heavy.
Yeah, it looks heavy and too big and just, you know, I may, until you see this piece again, and you will, because I'm going to continue to work on it, these may be gone.
Oh.
I may do something else, because I wanted to do something that was a little bit lighter than this. I wanted to make it big, and I wanted to make it blingy and fun, but I don't know that I really want it to be this big. And I still have a lot of little wired pieces from the class where we learned how to wire in Rosamond tees onto the little like sprigs and stuff like that in the class. Some point in the future I'll teach you how to do that, but we're still too close to that class, and people paid a lot of money for the class, so I'm not going to do it right now. But eventually I will show you how to wire those in. And the thing about those are, if you took that class, I'll just tell you, if you have a lot of that kind of thing left over, or if you want to make more, it's brilliant to put into your assemblage, because you can glue it in. You don't have to wire it. It's just a wired piece. You know? So anyway, I don't know, till I get this on with some stuff hanging down there, you know, this might not look bad at all. And kind of, as I hold it, I'm going to lean back a little bit. As I hold it up a little bit, it's not, it's talking to me a little
Colleen
bit differently.
actually says that she loves the upside down pendant trick, because
If
then
you-
you can hang
You get
goodies.
Yeah, you can. Now, what I have to decide now, am I going to make a great big long tassel?
And hi, Colleen.
Yeah, hi, Colleen. And then, or am I going to do just a little teardrop pendant here, something? Yeah,
and talking about the Haskell wiring, Colleen, your brooch was beautiful.
That was perfect. If you didn't see it, it's on the group. It'll probably be in the newsletter before too long.
She's tired of looking at it, but
yeah,
I hadn't seen it.
I give you props, Colleen, on that, because when I get so far along and it's not working and I can't stand it no more, it's like I was telling you guys, no more, listen to me. I was telling you guys on the group the other day, and then I put it in the last newsletter, when you get to that point, it's best to put it in a baggie. Now, if you've got something glued, you got to let it cure and gas off first before you put it in a baggie, because it's not a good idea. Got to make sure it's gassed off. But once it is, you can put it in a baggie, all the parts go with it. Put your notes in there, any sketches, and put aside for another day, because if you continue to work on it, especially in the same day, you're going to screw it up 9 out of 10. You're going to screw it up or ruin it. And I'm speaking from sad experience. So there's a time to walk away. But I give Colleen a lot of props because she stayed with it until she got it just the way she wanted it. And it is wonderful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's wonderful.
Hi, Ingrid. And that is, it's lazy, or the crazy lace agate.
This is crazy lace agate. Now,
it's one of Brenda's favorites.
It is, and we have them on the site. We don't have a lot of them. We have some.
We got some more in. They're in stock.
I was starting to put a few more semi-precious on there because I'd let it go down, and they weren't selling that good. And they've been on sale for a while, so anyway, so I'm getting a few things in. But this is crazy. And the thing about crazy lace is every last one of them looks different.
Yeah. Because
this one's different.
Because they're semi-precious. So, yeah. I mean, they're going to be unique. They're going to be different.
And these two are mine because they have little imperfections along the edge, which I can't sell something like that. People will be upset with me, even though they're a low-cost item. So
makes it good for assemblage.
So for me, it's fine.
Because you build around it.
Even if I didn't build around this one, it had a little chip on the underneath. Maybe you can see it there. I don't know. But anyway, if you put it in a pendant mount and just wear it, people aren't even going to see it.
Yeah. It would be in our semi-precious section, Ingrid, on the website.
Yeah, if you want, there's some howlite, turquoise, it's howlite. And, I mean, there's like 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah, I saw the turquoise one that came back in.
There are 4 or 5 different cabs, and that's the one thing I'm finding. A lot of people tell me, you can find semi-precious beads anywhere, but it's not that easy to find
the cabs,
especially halfway decent calibrated so they'll run them out.
And the turquoise one is also the same size. It's the 40 by 30. That's our large.
Normally that's what I get in just about everything.
Yeah.
I start at 40 by 30 and then I might go down to 25 by 18. And once in a while I'll do an 18 by 13, but normally I don't do smaller because we don't have a lot of things that I fit into.
Well, if you're going to do semi-precious, you want to show it off, too. So you would want a bigger size.
I like bold pieces, so that's kind of what we have. We're not known for having semi-precious, so I just kind of put in there what I want, what I think you guys will like, I should say. But anyway, so this is what I did today. And as you can see, it's not dry, but I'm not going to have a lot of cleanup on it. I'm always, see, there's a little bit here, but that'll just pick right off.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. So, okay, so we don't have the best situation here. I think Lauren's doing very good. I'm happy. But I had another one that I was going to make. I was going to show you what I'd done with this, and I was going to criticize my work, which I've done. And then I was going to build another one. Doing mostly, I thought I would do, if you haven't seen it yet, we have them at the site, this beautiful red.
Oh my gosh, I love this stone so much.
Chinese red cab, and I was going to put it on the big mount and build around it with brass locks. And I thought that would be a unique look doing that. And so that's what I was going to work on today. But I think we'll just skip on over, and I'm going to show you how I sign my work. Now, you guys have probably seen that before. I know a lot of you have been purchasing the little tags and having them made with your name on them, and they're very nice. I always feel a little bit jealous because I always wanted to do that. But I have hand-signed my work for years.
Dara says, but 18 by 13 fits my favorite spinners.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, you're right. And I do get stuff for that spinner. So, yeah, you're right. I get the lenses that fit, the bubbles. buy little cameos and stuff like that. So yeah, I do that. You're right, dear. I forgot about that. And we used to carry the one, I used to call it the egg, because it was the same thing, but it had 25 by 18 stones in it. And I don't have it now because these castings went up a lot. And I'm just trying to figure out what to do to keep carrying them, because people said quite frequently when I first had them that they thought they were too expensive. But then I said, well, what do you mean? It's 1928, people. Nobody makes anything like this,
So maybe we should get a few semi-precious
so then, well, yeah.
For the spinners.
Yeah. But then I thought, well, this is just so wonderful, I got to try it. And then it started to sell. And then, of course, we have sales and stuff from time to time. But it's gone up again. And some of the pieces will be fine. They won't be much, maybe not at all. But the bigger pieces are going to be a problem. Because nobody wants to pay $15 for a piece of that. Nobody wants to pay $20. Even though it's wonderful and you're not going to get it anywhere else, they sell piecemeal. And there are so many other wonderful things out there to offer you guys. I'm finding more and more wonderful things all the time.
Yeah, we got some great stones in lately.
Maybe that line will have to get a little smaller, But yeah, I used to get one. I called it the egg, and you put the big calves in it. Oh, I did it in a line. One time I did for Build a Line. I did it in leopard skin jasper. And with these 25 by 18, it was awesome.
Well, Natalie's saying agates and jaspers are like jelly beans. You can't have just one.
No. And no two are ever alike.
No.
So anyway, so you want to see how I do this if you've not seen it before. This is how I sign these crescents. I think I did it. I did this one, but you're not going to see it here in this light. You have to, if you're going to use one of these little doofy machines. Now, this is not a Dremel. This is a Chinese substitute. No name. But honestly, it works just as good as the expensive Dremels I ever had. So, makes me think, probably those Dremels, I don't know. I have to look it up. They might have been made in China anyway. This is what I keep finding all the time. So many things that I've carried over the years. It was all made in China anyway, and I thought it was domestically made. It's not. So I'm just like, well, if that's how it is, let me source my own stuff, and then I don't have to charge as much for it. So, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. Okay, first of all, this goes.
Sorry about the finger.
I didn't get any of these to sell. I bought 2 of them to see, but with the shipping they weren't that expensive. With the shipping getting them over here, I couldn't make nothing on them because it was just too high. So what I want to tell you is Dremel does not make this thing anymore, but I just bet if you go to Harbor Freight, you'll find something like this, because they do make some. Guys would buy this and then they'd write their name on their tools and stuff in case anybody stole it. It'd be there. Not a bad idea, actually. But anyway, I bought them to engrave with, and back when I had my commercial line that I sold all the stores, this is what I engraved all my stuff with. And so, as you can see here, maybe you can't see, I'll just use my little pointer. It's got different depths of engraving. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got it on 5, and it's still not cutting quite deep enough. Doesn't mean there's not anything wrong with it, as I'm not pressing hard enough. So let's see if I can do a little better. Now, watch, it'll be a mess, but I'm going to start. Turn it on, just turn it on. And then I'm going to write my name on here to sign it. And I always did it. First part of the V. 2 loops. That's the apostrophe, whatever you call it. That's it.
That's so
you can see it good.
Yeah.
So now if you want, let me turn this off.
She has such beautiful cursive.
Well, right here.
Hi, Cassandra.
It's a little bit not perfect right here, but if I was engraving on those hearts to make the pins that I taught you how to make in the one assemblage class, that we sold so many of them, this would be good enough. And to make it legible, we would put antique black paint over it, let it sit for 30 seconds, wipe it off. And usually it would take 2 or 3 times to get down in there. And then we would lacquer over top, and then it would really pop. So anyway, that's the way I did it. And I'm going to do it on this one. Now this one you probably will not see as well because this is plated brass ox. And this one,
yeah, that was raw.
This one is not plated. So I found over the years, if you use the pieces that aren't plated, they engrave a little better, you know. But anyway, I'm going to go for it. So let's see. On. Okay. Now here's another little tip I'm going to tell you. These, you've probably noticed when you buy these crescents, they're kind of curved a little bit. Yeah. They're like, you know.
We sell one that's completely flat.
Well, you can make it not flat. You just bend the bend. But you can also bend them out, make them flatter. And in this case, if you're going to engrave it, I would suggest you do that. Get it a little bit flatter. It's still sticking a little bit. So bad. So now let's see if I can have some success. See, it's harder to see. Can you see it at all? Hardly.
Slightly.
These lights aren't the best either.
Yeah, it's...
But if I take the paint and go over it, and then I use like... I would use a lot of times jewelry shield, and that's not a bad idea because this piece is going to hit skin a lot of times when it's worn.
You can see it a little bit right there.
See a little bit, yeah. There.
You can see that.
But anyway, that's how I did it. And I would make my own tags too. I would get the little round oval tags, and I would engrave real tiny Bisou on them, you know. But I don't make tons of work to sell anymore. Most of the stuff that you see on my website that I have for sale is a project that we did for a class or a video, and I'm selling it. And I do sell a good bit of it, but maybe that's going to change. I keep saying maybe that's going to change, but I've got to do the build line, so maybe I'll get in the groove again and start doing lines, which would be nice because I've got a nice place to sell my work, and I have all these wonderful things, so why shouldn't I be making jewelry, right? With the rest of these. You make me jealous sometimes when I see all the stuff you make, and I'm like, I'm over here doing paperwork. So anyway, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Anybody have any questions here? See if I can see around you about, no. Hand pink waving. Okay.
Oh, she's waving.
She's waving. Okay, so that's how I do it. I use one of these deals. The only difference with the one that I used to have that was Dremel was it said Dremel on it.
Hi, Ginger.
Yeah, same thing. Oh, hey, Ginger. It's so nice to see you. But it was the same setup, everything. This one came with 2 nibs in the engraver. It's got like a collet that you would release this and put your new one in and out like that. Like a lot of Dremels are like that. But I'm not big on tools, as you guys know. But this one was my mainstay. I use this all the time. So you can still find them. If I ever find a little bit better deal on them for the shipping, I'll bring some in. But the way this was, with the way the shipping costs, I would have to charge you $45 for it. I'm like, this is kind of a rinky-dink tool to charge that much. That's what I thought. Maybe not. If you guys want them, let me know. I'll go back and see if I can get them. Maybe get a better price if I buy more. But anyway, that's how this goes. So if you can find one like this, I'll just check Harbor Freight, honestly. Check it. Rio Grande used to have the Dremels like this, but like I said, I started to use these 30 years ago, and so they've moved on to other stuff now. So anyway, so that's pretty much how I know about that, what I know about that. So, anybody have any questions about my feeble attempt at trying to make a decent video for you today? I think Lauren did well. I think she needs a round of applause. Lauren did well. We managed. We managed. It's not our usual quality, but we managed.
Yeah. Again, I apologize for any shakiness or unsteadiness.
No, you did well. And the thing is too,
I had to be the human tripod for those of you that missed that.
I'm sad I didn't have one that's all just wonderful and perfect like Colleen's brooch was to show you. But have you ever noticed that's how I teach a lot of times? I'll take something that I made that I just don't quite like, and I start taking it apart and telling you why. And some people say they like that approach. Other people would say, well, I'd rather you did it right the first time and let me watch it. But the thing is, with assemblage, whether it's mini assemblage, maxi assemblage, whatever, you just don't always know where you're going right away. Like, I took the stuff out and I laid it all out, and I'm seeing how it would fit up. And all. But you just
Thank you, Dara.
don't always know where you're going right away. So it changes as you go along. And I love E6000 because you can, it's not like those glues that are real tight. You know, it's got a little bit of sponginess to it, so it'll stay.
A little tackiness.
It will stay together for years, but if you need to get something off, you usually can. Unless it's been cured for a long, long, long time. Then you might have some trouble.
Thanks, Debbie.
So. Well, it's so good to see you today, Miss Debbie.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad the ones who came made it, because I know I didn't give you much warning. It was because I didn't know if me and Lauren were going to be able to pull it off. And then here it is. I says, come back about 10 after 3 so we can make sure we got it all going right. And we couldn't make it work.
Not with a tripod.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to go dig up my crying baby picture and put it everywhere all over Facebook and say we couldn't make it. But we did. So we got to meet with you. I'm so happy. Hopefully Javi can do something with this, because she was going to patch it up and put a nice thumbnail in that. She usually has the tricks. She knows the tricks. So between the three of us, maybe we got it done. Anyway, thanks for coming. I'm going to be working on this stuff over the weekend, because I'm going to have time since there's no video on Friday.
Yep, she'll be able to post pictures.
And I'll be able to get it right, and then we'll get together next Tuesday. That one might not be live. It might be just a produced one. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I have a project hopefully in the works as well that I'm hoping I can have a video for you guys next month.
That's great.
In February.
That's great, because I need some help here.
Not sure if it's going to be live or produced.
I'm burning out a little bit. I need you and Javi to step in a little bit.
So
anyway, so that's all good. It's all heavy. My girls can make jewelry too, and they have good ideas. I loved Lauren's last video. I was so pleased with it. I could just do a happy dance. So, anyway, she says, even after all these years, I learned something new from you. That's saying something, Ginger, because you know a lot already. You're welcome, Colleen. And she says, face blue
that's
smile.
Chris.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
Chris.
I know that's Chris.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris. You're always so kind. You guys are always so kind, and I appreciate you. You make me feel like it was worth trying anyway. Okay, I'm going to take off. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm hungry. I want to go eat something. So.
Bye, guys.
So we'll see you. And I'll keep working.